Hello and welcome. This is Yinet, and for this class we're going to be working on creating a little bit of space and stability in your lower back. When we talk about the lower back, we're not only talking about the last few vertebrae, the lumbar spine, but we also want to consider the sacrum and the SI joint. And a lot of these muscles here, they can get very weak sometimes and then spasm, blocking your lower back on. But also sometimes they can get very tight. So today we'll work on creating a little bit of space and stability. Something I would love for you to consider, it's this very bottom of the spine, your tailbone, the very bottom. And it is connected to the sacrum. We're going to be working on an action. You're gonna hear me say scrub the tailbone on your mat, and this is what it looks like. It's as if I'm trying to move my tailbone, scrubbing. I'll be laying down, scrubbing the tailbone on the ground. Also something to consider, if you think of the pelvis, these are the front of the pelvis, these bony protrusions here. We're going to be rotating the pelvis back and forward. So when I think of like forward rotation, I'm thinking about bringing these bones forward, okay? So this is what forward rotation of the pelvis looks like, and then backward rotation looks like. So forward rotation, forward tilt, and a back tilt, okay? We're gonna be doing pelvic tilts. So keeping that in mind, let's start laying on our backs. Find a comfortable position to lay on your back. The knees can remain bent, and the arms can come by your side with the palms facing up. And just take a couple of moments to allow your whole body to settle here. Becoming aware of the density of your body. Scan your whole body, sensing, noticing, and acknowledging any areas of your body that are feeling sensitive or tender. Also notice how you're arriving energetically, mentally, and emotionally. Noticing yourself as a whole, and welcome yourself just as you are, right here, right now. Notice if there is an intention you would like to set for your practice. Anything you wish to bring into this time together. Anything you wish to bring into your time on the mat. See if there is one word that describes that intention. For a few moments, hold that word on your mind's eye. Now begin to deepen the breath, so connecting to the belly. As you inhale, expand the belly, using the diaphragm to fill up the lungs. And as you exhale, begin to hug the navel in and up, empty the belly, empty the lungs. On the inhale, create more expansion. On the breath out, hug the lower belly in. It's like a very subtle pulling off the pelvic floor. Do that for a couple more rounds. With every inhale, thinking expansion. And with the breath out, hugging it in. Now, notice your tailbone. And with that breath, as you inhale and fill up, scrub the tailbone on the ground towards the head. And notice how your lower back lifts off the ground, the lumbar spine area. And on the breath out, allow the lower back to soften again into the ground, hugging the navel in and up. On the inhale, scrubbing the tailbone on the ground, sacrum, lower back, gently lifting off the ground. And on the breath out, soften the lower back, allowing the lower back to melt into the ground, hugging the navel in and up. So begin to make it a little bit more exaggerated. Pelvic floor, it's engaging on the exhale. But find exploring the full range of motion of your pelvic tilts. On the inhale, tilting the pelvis forward, lower back comes off the ground. On the exhale, lower back melts into the ground as the pelvis tilts backwards. Do that a couple more times. Really connecting to your SI joint, the sacrum. Notice how that feels. Exploring the full range of motion of tilting the pelvis when we're laying on the ground. Now see if you can begin to make the movement a little bit smaller on every round. So every time you tilt the pelvis forward, it's like 20% less. Every time you tilt it back, 20% less. Gradually reducing the depth of the movement until you come to a very subtle, the pelvis is somewhat neutral, and now it's only the tailbones grabbing on the ground. The lower back softens and lifts, but I'm not actually moving the pelvis. And when you do this, you should feel like these string muscles in the back of the sacrum awakening. The sacrum has a few degrees of mobility on itself, and those muscles, the multifarious in the back, sometimes they can be weak, and that can cause chronic back pain in a lot of cases. So see if you can keep the hip bones in the same landing space, and it's all happening on the sacrum. It's only the sacrum moving as you scrub the tailbone on the ground, inhaling and exhaling, melting back down. And as you're doing this, take a moment to also notice if one side of your SI joint or one side of the lower back is feeling a little bit more sensitive than the other, or like it's pinching or feels more tense. If you cannot spot a difference, that's great. If, however, you find at this point there is a side that feels a little bit more tender or tight than the other, use that heel on that side as if as you inhale, you're trying to draw the heel towards you, and exhale, releasing. Again, on the inhale, scrubbing the tailbone and engaging that foot on the side of the body that is feeling the most tender. Couple more times. Okay, so then right from here, let's bring the right knee into the chest. Get a hold of the shin with the hand and give the right knee a really nice hug. Notice how that feels. Now we're gonna work on activating the front of the hip flexors. So bringing that knee passively in as deep as it can come, and then see if you can sustain that by let go of the hands. And you feel like the psoas muscles like kicks in right away to hold the leg. Breathe into the belly. Every inhale a little bit deeper. Every exhale smoother and longer. One more deep breath. And give the right knee another hug. Gently drawing it in. And draw it out. Notice how that feels. Hug it out. Passively bringing it in. And now see how it will feel to let go of the hand, holding the knee as close to where it was passively as possible. Deep breath. Give the right knee another hug. Bring it back to center. Hug it in. And release the right foot. So pressing the right foot down, see how it will feel to lift the left knee up, bringing the left foot in a 90 degree. And the right foot can come as close towards you as possible. So what we're gonna try here is lifting the hips just with the right foot. Keep the elbows at a 90-degree angle bent, and you're pressing the upper arms to gently puff the chest. Press the right foot on the ground and see how it will feel to inhale, lift the hips up, and exhale back down. With the inhale, extending the hips, use the right glute. Exhale back down. One more time. Inhale, lift, and exhale, lower. Okay, release the left foot, and just for a moment, let's windshield wiper the knees side to side. Notice how that felt. It's not always comfortable when we're trying to create stability and strengthen those muscles back there, mostly if your lower back is sensitive already. But a little bit of compression in the right way can go a long ways into creating space. Okay, so let's do all that on the other side, bringing the left knee into the chest. Give it a nice gentle hug, bringing it in as closer towards you as it feels nice. And you know where we're going. So see if you can now hold the knee where it is, releasing the arms, and inhale for 1. Exhale. Inhale for 2. Exhale. Inhale for 3. Exhale, hug it in with the arms and draw it out. So hug it in and out as much as it feels good, and see how it will feel to hold. Deep inhale. Complete exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more time, deep inhale. Exhale, hug it in and bring it back to center. Release the left foot, bring in the right, chin up this time, the right foot up. And again, sit up for the half bridge. Ground the left foot as close towards you as it feels, right? And pressing the left foot down, engage the left glute, lift the hips up and back down. So it's a very, very slow movement. And it doesn't have to be very deep. You don't have to come very high up. Inhale up, exhale down. Just exploring your own range of motion. Inhale up, exhale down. Okay, so I'm release the right foot, and we're gonna do those bridges with both sides. As you inhale, squeeze the glutes, extend the hips, and exhale, lower back down. Deep inhale, extend the hips, squeeze the glutes. Exhale, back down. One more time. Deep inhale. Hold here and see how it will feel to lift one heel at a time. Notice if when you lift the heel, that gives you a little bit more space on that side of the hips, okay? And if at any point you would like to try lifting both heels, you can go ahead and lift both heels, allowing the glutes to engage and extend the hips a little bit farther. Keep the neck in neutral, so don't look sideways. Then look at your screen. Breathe here. Another deep breath in. And as you breathe out, keeping the heels lifting, if they were lifting, very slowly begin to articulate the spine. So the pelvis is rotating forward. The tailbone is going to touch the ground first. Lower back stays off the ground. Okay, let's release the feet a little bit farther and winter wiper the knees side to side. Okay, I'm gonna do one more thing in this position. Let's bring the knees back towards the heart. And this time, bring the hands in the front of the thighs, and you're pressing the knees towards you, but you're resisting with the hands. Notice how that feels in the lower back. And imagine here you had a block in between your thighs that I am trying to pull. Can you hold that block in between the thighs, keeping the knees hip bone width apart, engaging inner thighs, but then also pressing the knees towards the hands towards knees. Another deep breath here. And exhale, give those knees one more hug. Deep belly breath. To come up towards a tabletop position. Option right here to roll over towards one side, or you can cross the ankle and using the core, You can roll up towards sitting. So find the most effortless way to get up into tabletop. And in this tabletop, bringing the knees right under the hips, the hands under the shoulders. Let's find cat-cows. As you inhale, begin at the tailbone. Again, rotating the pelvis forward, little by little, extend the spine and look up. And on the breath out, scoop the tailbone, tilting the pelvis back, little by little, round chin into the chest. Press the hands on the ground to lengthen the back of the spine. Again, inhaling, little by little, create a wave of movement in the spine, all the way up. And on the breath out, scoop the tailbone, little by little, round. Press the ground away and bring the chin into the chest. One more time. Rounding, little by little, extending. And exhale, round, little by little, round in the spine. Okay, so now let's come back into a neutral tabletop. And notice here if you need to pat the knees, that could help. And sometimes bringing the hands forward a little bit decreases the angle of compression at the wrist. Let's tuck the right toes and step the right foot back. And press with the hands so you're stretching the back line of the right leg. And notice right here where your hip bones are in space. Engage the right glute and lift the right leg as high as the right hip. So not any higher that you feel the hips come out of line. So still keep the pelvis in the same line in space. Reach back with the right heel. And we're going to find like 10 pulses here. You're kicking the right foot up like an inch 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inhale here. And as you exhale, draw the right knee through and round as if you're coming into cat, allowing chin and forehead and knee to come towards each other. On the inhale again, lengthen, extend the right leg. And exhale, draw the knee through, round the spine, forehead towards the knee. One more time. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, round. Release the right knee and take a moment here to create circles at the hips. If you need to sit back on the knees and circle the wrists, feel free to do that too. Just finding any movement that feels organic to the body. We're going to take it to the other side. This time, grounding the right knee, tuck the left toes and step the left foot. Straightening the left leg. Press with the hands, stretching the back of the left thigh. Notice how that feels. And now engage the left glute and lift the left leg as high as the hip. So again, not any higher that you feel the left hip is coming out of alignment. If it helps, you can even place a block, sometimes just for a little bit of proprioception, a little bit of awareness of where your body's in space. Okay, and then the 10 pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Inhale here, lengthen, reaching back with the left heel. And exhale, draw the knee through, round the spine, bring the forehead towards the knee. As best as you can. Inhale, extend and lengthen. Exhale, gently round. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, round. And release that left knee. Let's find child's pose. Knees can come wide, toes to touch, and press back. Allow the forearms to sink into the ground, the forehead heavy. Breathing in and out of the belly. Connecting to the lower back. So as you breathe in here, can you connect to that space in the back and allow your whole torso to expand with the breath in? With the breath out, sense the density of your body melting into the ground. Now when you're ready, let's inhale, coming back up through tabletop position. and all the way down to the belly. Gonna do 3 rounds of back bend. Keep in mind, if being here already with your hands on a little pillow in the hands is a lot, you can stay right there. That is already a really healthy back bend for your sacrum. If, however, you would like to go a little bit deeper, let's begin by bringing the hands under the shoulders. The neck stays long, and bring the feet a little bit wider than the mat, and ground all 10 toes down, as if you're pressing the toenails on the mat. On the inhale, lift the chest, the hands, finding a baby cobra. So you're using the back body muscles. My kneecaps are lifting, my glutes are engaged, the shoulders, the space in between my shoulder blades are engaged too, and the neck is long. So I'm not looking up, I'm not compressing my neck. Keep the neck long, looking right under your eyes. Another deep inhale. And exhale, lower back down, make a little pillow with the hands. Deepen the breath. Breathing into those areas of tension, those areas that felt that little movement we did. Again, you can choose to stay right here, working on deep belly breath, or for the second round, option to do the same thing, that baby cobra, or we're going to add the legs. So you inhale, lift the chest, lift the hands, and perhaps this time squeeze the glutes and lift the legs. So it's a modified locust. And notice how your body's reacting here. Your back muscles are holding your body against gravity. There is no load, it's all muscles awakening. So notice what's shaking here, what's awakening in your back body. Notice the rhythm of the breath in this position of compression. Can you still keep it deep for one more round? And on the exhale, lower the legs and the hands. Make a little pillow with the hands and breathe in and out of the belly. Again, using the breath to process any tension. For third round, again, option to just pause and be, or do any of the 2 previous variation. Or you could explore this time bringing the arms by your side. So drawing shoulder blades towards each other, press the hands down and lift the hands. Lift the chest, keep the neck neutral, and see how it will feel to lift the legs. So full locust. And this is a pose here that in this variation really strengthens the back body. If you sit a lot, if you drive a lot, and you're hunching forward constantly, this is a really nice way to create strength in the back body muscles. Those muscles get really laxed and lengthened with all the folding on a daily basis. Deep inhale. Complete exhale. Use the glutes. Keep the neck in neutral. Another deep inhale. Exhale, lower the legs, lower the arms and the head. Make that pillow with the hand. This time bend the knees and windshield wiper the feet side to side. And from here, when you're ready, bring the hands under the shoulders. And this time, let's come up, back into tabletop. But we are going to be stepping the right foot through. Okay? And we want to come to a low lunge. So you notice here, my right knee is on top of my right ankle. And I'm using the blocks just to find length in the spine. So right from here, you want to consider keeping that left glute active. And that allows a little bit more lengthening in the front of the left hip. We're going to be gliding back and forward. So again, notice how this feels. You can stay right there, or inhale, lengthen the spine, and exhale, press the front foot on the ground and glide the hips back in space, rounding over the legs. My toes are still on the ground. As you inhale, glide the hips forward, lengthen the spine, perhaps look up. Exhale, press the front foot on the ground, glide back, round over the leg, lengthen the back of the neck. And let's do that 3 more times. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, use the front foot to move the hips in space. Round over the leg. Inhale, lengthen forward. Exhale, press back. One more time. Inhale, lengthen forward. And this time as you exhale, let's dorsiflex the front ankle. So lift the front toes, press that heel on the ground, and use that to come up into what we call half split or hamstring stretch. So you notice my right knee is not straight all the way. I actually like keeping my knee bent. And if you press the front heel down and gently draw it in, then you can find the entire back line of your right leg is lengthening. Lengthen the spine here on the breath in, and on the breath out, round over the leg. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round. One more time. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, round, and hold to any depth that feels nice and nourishing for your body. It doesn't have to be very deep. Just come into that place where you can still breathe with ease. Keep the toes active, the heel gently pressing down and in. Only like a 20% effort. Let's take another deep breath in. Breath out, allow the torso to feel a little bit heavier. And inhale, lengthen the heart forward. And exhale, fold into that front knee. Now we're going to take it into a spinal twist. You can either use the block or you can just place the hand in line with the right foot. The right hand comes to the back of the right thigh, so it's like closer towards the hip crease, and gently draw those thigh muscles forward and twist the spine to your right. The hand can stay on the thigh, or you can even extend the right arm up. Make sure it feels okay. Some people like to pivot the right toes out in a 45 degree. That creates more space in the hips because you're externally rotating the right knee. But stay at that place that feels just right for you. Keep the left glute active. So you're squeezing the left glute to stabilize the left side of the pelvis. Another deep breath in. And on the breath out, very slowly coming back to center. You can press your body back up. So option here to go into that same child's pose we did before. Or if you can find it in your practice today and you would like to explore downward facing dog, you can ground the hands from index finger, knuckles, thumbs, stack the toes, and press the hips up to down dog. For this down dog, really connecting to the back of the right leg and the left leg. If you're in child's pose, you may choose to find some movement that allows you to connect to the right and the left side of the body. Just sensing the difference between the right side of the pelvis, the right side joint, the right hamstring compared to the left. Deep breath in. Breath out. Let's come back into tabletop, wherever you find yourself in. And this time stepping the left foot forward. Again, if you have blocks, I'm using my blocks in line with the left foot. My left knee feels stacked on top of the left heel. And I'm gonna glide the hips back and forward. Inhale, settle the hips, squeeze the right glute, lengthen the spine. Exhale, press the front foot to glide back in space. Allow the spine to melt toward the left leg. Again, inhale, glide the hips forward, lengthen the spine. Exhale, press the front foot on the ground, rounding over the left leg. 3 more times. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. Use the front leg to glide the hips back in space. And as you inhale forward, squeezing the right glute to lengthen. And exhale, round. One more time. Inhale, lengthen the heart forward. And this time as you exhale, lift the toes, press the front heel on the ground. And keep the toes in that position, softening to the left knee, pressing the left heel down and hugging it in. I like a 20% effort. And inhale, lengthen the heart forward. Exhale, fold over the leg. It doesn't need to be deep, so find your own range of motion. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. One more time. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, fold. Hold here to any depth that feels right just for you. Remember to keep that left heel active, pressing down and in. Head heavy. Deep belly breath. Complete exhale. When you're ready, on the next inhale, lengthen the heart forward. And exhale, fold into the front knee. Squeeze the right glute, moving into the twist. So either the right hand can stay on any of the settings of the blocks, or if you're using the book, or the hand can come in line with the left foot. If you did pivot the left toes out on the other side, feel free to do that too. Left hand comes to the left hip crease, gently drawing the thigh muscles forward, settle into the hips, and you can choose to reach that left arm up. So just whatever feels nicer, squeeze the right glute. And notice how it feels on this side compared to the other side. Another deep breath in, keep the right hand strong. And when you're ready, on the exhale, gently lower the hand back down, pivot the left toes in, and step back. One more time, option to step into child's pose, or you can step into downward facing dog. Whatever feels more in line with your intention and with the quality of the sensations you're experiencing right now. Anywhere you find yourself, settle and connect to the breath. And when you're ready, let's look forward. If you're in down dog, still come down. And very slowly, let's come to sit with the feet in front. Okay. And now, keeping the toes active, drawing towards the kneecaps. Hands can come behind you, either in this position, or you can even press them back with the fingers away from you. Just finding a place where you can be long and connect to your heels. So let's pull on the heels. So if you're trying to draw the heels towards the seat bones, lengthen. And exhale, draw the heels away, gently round. One more time. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round. Use the heels to do that work. Now, inhale, lengthen. An option to stay right there, or see if you can keep the length in the spine and reach the arms forward. Hands can also come behind the thighs if that gives you more stability. Just connecting to the core. And you can lean back if you like, and make sure that you're bracing the spine so it's all stable and steady. If it's in your practice, you may choose to pick a foot up and perhaps lower it and pick the other foot up. Or you can go ahead and lift both feet up as long as your core can support that, okay? You might be better off keeping the feet down. Just make sure your back is not compensated for it. So use the core, hug the navel, engage in the pelvic floor. So you're using that transverse abdominis and the rectus abdominis. Everything is strong and steady. Another deep breath in and breath out. We're going to transition back to the ground, so you can use the hands if that feels better, or to challenge the core even farther, can you go back very, very slow. You can pause to inhale and exhale, go down a couple more inches. Notice what's engaging to hold you here. Inhale, exhale, coming a little bit lower. Inhale, exhale, a little bit lower. Inhale, exhale, all the way down. Okay, let's bring the right knee into the chest. Dorsiflex the right ankle and place the right ankle on top of the left thigh. This is a great place to stay. You can stay right here using just the muscles to draw the right knee away from your body. Or you may choose to press right ankle and left knee towards each other and lift the legs. Notice how that feels. Again, you can stay right here floating, or you can get a hold of the back of the left thigh. Pause here for a moment. Notice how that feels. Deep breath into the belly. Complete breath out. Shift the weight slightly towards the left. Just like an inch or two to change the angle of the stretch. Another deep, deep belly breath. If you're holding the legs, see how it will feel to keep the legs where they are And again, let go of the arms like we did at the beginning. Lower the left foot and draw the right knee towards the left. So coming into a twist, you can look towards the right. If you would like to align the spine a little bit more, you can even shift the shoulders towards the left and look into the right, allowing the right shoulder to remain grounded. It doesn't have to be a deep twist. Make sure it feels just right for you. Another deep breath into the right side waist. When you're ready, looking up, let's bring the legs back up, using the core. Bring the right knee back into the chest. If you did move the shoulders, realign the spine. And let's change sides. So the right foot goes down, the left knee goes in, flex the left ankle, and place the left ankle on top of the right thigh. Again, you can stay right there, keeping that foot really active and using just the muscles to draw the left knee away from the body. Or press the ankle and the thigh against each other and use that action to lift the legs. You can stay right here, this working on core as well, or you can get a hold of the back of the right thigh. Explore shifting the weight towards the right just a little bit. You're not moving the body, you're just shifting the weight of the leg towards the right. Notice how that feels. And breathe. How is this side of your hips different than the other side? And how is this rotation at the hip affecting your lower back? Notice the quality of the sensations. Keep breathing. And keep the ankle and thigh active and see if perhaps you can, again, let go of the legs, floating the legs up. And very slowly lower the right foot down. And draw the left knee towards the right this time, twisting. And again, you can choose to shift the shoulders towards the right as you look towards the left. Notice how that feels. Deep inhale, complete exhale. How is the head feeling? Can you still allow the left shoulder to be grounded? If you're looking towards the left, very slowly bring the head back to neutral and use the core to lift the legs back up. Realign the spine. If you shifted the shoulders, bring the left knee into the chest. And this time bring the right knee into the chest as well. And gently roll side to side. And now we're going to use the block or the book to place it under the sacrum. So grab your block or book, and I'm going to use the smaller setting. You can use the medium setting if that feels right for your body, but just make sure you're not on the taller setting of the block. And you want to place the block on that sacrum area right there along the A-side joint so you feel fully supported, and shift around as much as you need until you find that perfect spot where your whole pelvis can settle. Arms can go out in any position that feels nice, or you can place the hands on the belly. I'm gonna guide you through a progressive lengthening of the exhale. So notice how much easier it is to breathe into the belly here using the diaphragm. With every inhale, you wanna think of expanding the belly as a balloon, and with the breath out, just allowing the lower back to sink a little bit deeper into the block. We're going to begin to a count of inhaling for 3, exhaling for 3, and gradually increase the length of the exhale until we are exhaling for a count of 6. So if having the block under the pelvis at any point feels like too much, please feel free to lift the pelvis and remove the block, and just release the pelvis to the ground. Find that place that feels just right. Let's exhale completely. Inhale for 3, 2, 1. Exhale 3, 2, 1. Inhale 3, 2, 1. Exhale 3, 2, 1. Inhale 3, 2, 1. Exhale 3, 2, 1. Inhale 3, 2, 1, exhale 4, 3, 2, 1, inhale 3, 2, 1, exhale 4, 3, 2, 1, inhale 3, 2, 1, exhale 4, 3, 2, 1, inhale 3, 2, 1, exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, inhale 3, 2, 1, exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, inhale 3, 2, 1, exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, inhale 3, 2, 1, exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, inhale 3, 2, 1, exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, inhale 3, 2, 1, exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, inhale 3, 2, 1, exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Allow the breath to go back into a natural rhythm. And to come out of this position, use the feet, engage the glutes, and using that action, lift the pelvis and remove the block. Very slowly lower down. Again, keeping the pelvis in somewhat neutral position so the lower back is somewhat off the ground. Windshield wiper the knees side to side. And bring the knees into the chest. One more time, Apanasana pose. We're going to sit up for our Shavasana. If you do have a bolster or a roll blanket, you can place under your thigh. That's actually really nice to release the lower back. If you don't, you can bring the feet a little bit wider. You can also keep the knees bent and just allow the knees to drop towards each other. This is a really restful position as well. Essentially, just find that place that feels just right, where you can allow everything to settle. Finding that restful Shavasana, allow the arms to be gently out or to any position that feels expansive and supportive for the shoulders. Move around, a couple more moments in Shavasana. See if you can get 5 or 10% more comfortable. Allow your whole body to sink a little bit deeper into the ground. And set attention free into noticing your body just being. Sense the space around in your body. Know that you can stay here in your Shavasana as long as you need. Giving yourself the gift of these moments of stillness. I'm gonna let you go. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Namaste.